This is Larry with RideThisBike.com. I'm here with Sandi Cesko of Bigfish Bikes. And Sandi has agreed to answer a couple questions for me. He's here in New Orleans today at a convention. I wanted to ask you first, how did the Bigfish come to be?
Hi Larry, thank you for your interest in the Bigfish. Well, actually I found the first information about Bigfish in a newspaper, a small article about inventor. Then it was intriguing enough. I called him, we met, and I was really very fascinated about the concept of the bike, about the simplicity, and he had at that time his first prototype, and I was impressed also by the quality of biking, especially by its ergonomics. So, but it took us about 7 years to develop what you see today here, Bigfish. Because, as they say, the devil is in the details, and our objective is to make it simple and accessible, to be very simple for folding and assembling, and we want to make it this really accessible to everyone in these terms and in the terms of the price.
So Sandi, what led you to champion the Bigfish?
Well, actually three things that this bike I hope will accomplish that other folding bikes didn't. One is that the ergonomics of this bike are exactly the same as the normal city bike, let's say. So the position of handlebars, the seat, the distance between two axes, everything is completely the same, exactly 100% the same. The second thing is really simplicity of folding and assembling the bike. So every kid can do it, or let's say any grandmother can do it, and I tested this, believe me, in my own family. And the third thing that was, let's say, my objective to achieve, and we are getting very close to this objective, is to bring this bike with the price down to be comparable with equivalent quality of the city bike. So that it will be in the price range, let's say maybe 10-20% only, not 2-3 times more, but only 20-30% more expensive than the, let's say, normal bike with similar quality and similar components, or the same components. And sort of objective to make it accessible to everyone.
So it'll be just a little bit more costly than the typical city bike, but with features that a typical city bike doesn't have. Folding, being able to roll it when it's folded through hallways, and small storage space, things of that nature.
So we don't say that this is, let's say, typical folding bike, because let's say folding bikes are associated with being complicated, to be folded and unfolded, and to be damn expensive. These are these two things, and not a lot of them can really come close with the ergonomics of the normal bike.
Okay.
So we want to make here a small revolution, and to really make a bike available now to everyone. So, because bike is a fantastic product for commuting, but has this problem what to do when you stop using it.
So Sandi, what can customers expect when they buy a Bigfish?
Well, we have some limited experience now with some customers, but I can talk about, let's say, my family and some of my friends that they bought it, and I got some feedback. So my kids love it because it's something unique, it's something special, something, you know, that also they can do it. So I was surprised when my daughter, when she was let's say 7, 8, you know, she was really biking with our bike. It was more popular than her bike. I was very surprised when I saw my mother after I don't know, more than, for sure, 10, 20 years being on the bike, and she said, I said, what are you doing on the bike? And she said to me, look, I'm not afraid of this bike because it has small wheels, you know, I feel more comfortable on this bike than on other bikes. When we talk with the already users of folding bikes, they're excited about really the quality and simplicity of assembling, and also by the volume that this bike takes. It's very limited and very comfortable volume that takes, so that you can easily put 2 bikes in the trunk of actually any car.
You know, one of the things that you just said resonated a lot with me, because my mom tried the Bigfish, and one of the first things that she said was that it was so easy for her to get on the bike, the bike has a very low passover or pass-through. So my mom's only about 5 feet tall, and yet she had no problem lifting her legs, and she's older. So,
this one, and also the wheels. The wheels are smaller,
right.
so they don't frighten so much elder people because they're easy to be controlled.
Sandy, can you give me an idea what the target market is for the Bigfish, and what the actual demographics are turning out to be on the bike, the people who purchase it, who ride it?
We want to be that it's accessible by price, that it's accessible to everyone by the way you can assemble it, that everybody can enjoy, let's say, a normal biking experience. So this is our dream, this is our ambition, and we hope that we'll make a lot of people, that we'll be able to put a lot of people back to the bikes, because we provide here a solution. It's a compact solution that can magically turn a normal bike into a compact product when you don't need it, and that price won't be a barrier, to purchase this, let's say, new solution.
So you really do feel that the bike will reach across generations?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. We'll have also different designs, because what is patented here, it's a concept, how you assemble it, and some elements of the joints, the systems. And now we can develop many different shapes, designs of this bike, some more complicated, some less complicated. We'll make it out of steel, out of aluminum, out of the lightest materials available, so in different price ranges. But our main objective is to be, let's say, affordable in price range where you cannot find any normal folding bike today.
So do you see this bike as being the iPhone of bicycles at some point?
Yeah, it can bring back some more excitement to the people, especially in the cities, and some excitement, and can make them possible to use the bike and to be a little bit different than others. And what we are seeing also with this bike and this shape, a lot of my friends told me that they are stopped, they are asked, they grab some attention. So maybe we'll get somewhere in this direction of not like iPhone, but somewhere into this direction would be nice.
What is your vision? If people adopted the bicycle as a practical transportation alternative, how do you see this affecting our society in the future?
Well, as usual, the most complicated is in many industries this last mileage problem. So we believe that the bike can be actually becoming a key element of every transportation system, of metros, of buses, of cars in the city, and that we can create a lot of comfort for people that can reach a much bigger distance from their parking lot, from their bus or train station, and to create a huge comfort for them. And so we see that we give with this a possibility really to everyone who is looking for alternative, who is looking for less frustration, reaching their office, their home, whatever, with our new solution.
Well, Sandy, as a person who has ridden the Bigfish, short distances, long distances, I get the product, I understand it, and I can see a really rosy potential future for the Bigfish. I wish you the best, and I thank you very much for meeting with me today.
Thank you.